What is going on, guys? This is the Rise of Excalibur here. Today I'm going to be doing my own playthrough of the Fate Stay Night visual novel. This is the first route, the Fate route, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be doing many parts. I don't know how many parts it is, but I don't know how long this is either, so it's going to be really interesting. I'm going to leave the voices to actually read out their own lines, but I'm going to read the lines that are silent. So if you like the video, give it a like, maybe even subscribe for more Fate content coming to this channel. So we will go to about let's say about maybe 15-20 minutes. So on that, let's get to the actual visual novel. It was a thrust like lightning. A spearhead thrust to pierce my heart. Trying to dodge it would be useless. Being lightning, it's invisible to the human eye. But the lightning that tries to pierce me is repelled by the moonlight that tries to save me. Clang! A beautiful sound. No, the sound before me is heavier than steel. The armor she is wearing is not beautiful at all, and as refined as the cold night. The sound wasn't beautiful at all. It was actually the sound of steel. It's just that the night is beautiful enough to turn it into a charming sound like a bell. She asks in a voice that lights up the darkness. Yes, the contract has been completed. When she chose me as her master, I'm sure I swore to help her too. The moonlight still lights up the darkness. As if following the night example, the shed again falls silent. Time has stopped. The scene lasts less than a second, but I remember the scene vividly even when I've gone to hell. The face slightly turned, the quiet green eyes. The instant becomes an eternity. The blue outfit symbolizing her sways in the wind. A faint blue light filters in. The golden hair shines in the moonlight. Fate. I'm getting excited now. This is a story from 10 years ago. I'm watching someone I know very well. A tall man with a deep-featured face who to my knowledge has never told a joke is patting my head. No, that's not quite right. I guess he doesn't know how much strength to use, so to be more accurate he's grabbing my head and mashing it around. I like that. I guess that's only to be expected. After all, that's the first time he's ever patted my head. I answered the deep voice with a polite yes. The man patting my head nods once, lets go and stands up. So that was it. If I'd known then that it was our final moment together, I would have made him laugh with my best jokes. I had practiced telling jokes a lot, in hopes that I could bring a smile to his grey face. I guess you could say I was sad but I couldn't tell him any of them. Even though he said such things, I guess he was still worried. He told me about the heirloom jewels, the jewels inherited from the master, and how to manage the basement. As he was telling me all the things I didn't know yet, I realized even as a child that most likely he wouldn't be coming back. A war had started. Not a war between countries, but a war between people. But the only ones at war were 7 people. In a situation like this, the word war should be unsuitable. But here, it's a different story as the ones in conflict are Maggie. The 7 Maggie, or Magi, I don't know how to say that one, each from a different faction, had started to compete for unknown reasons, killed each other in unknown ways. The man standing before me was one of them. He was too in a position to kill or be killed. He must have known more keenly than I did that his time was near. There we go. Once more, he patted my head and left. That was the end. That was the last time I saw the man who entered the Holy Grail War as a master and died. The man who was my teacher as well as my father. Oh, that sucks. I see him off politely. I knew I was on the verge of crying, but I shed no tears. I loved him. He was a great father and a great magus. Among magi, there are only obstinate people. In the whole world, I don't think anyone had a better character than his. He taught me as a teacher and loved me as a father. That's why I decided to choose my path according to what he left me in the end. In the end, he left me with those words as a magus and not as a father. I hope I'm saying that right. That is why at the moment my path was determined. It's only natural for a student to follow the words of their teacher. Since then, through many twists and turns, I, Tosaka Rin, have matured. It has been 10 years since the winter day on which my father went to war. I haven't exactly been waiting for this long, but I am excited. That's only natural. The event I have never forgotten about is about to start. Well, good luck, Rin. We know what happens in the anime. 1 out of 31. Wow, that's long. Come on. Something is ringing. Ring. Ring. They even add the sound of it. What? The sound doesn't stop. It rings loudly as if I'm an enemy. It should let me sleep in a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until early this morning, and I've used up too much magical energy. In other words, my mind and body are dead tired. Bring. Yeah, Tosaka, get up already. The alarm clock doesn't speak my language. So why does the ringing sound like it's telling me you're going to be late? Though that depends on the situation. I'm a good student, but maybe I can get to school at the last moment just for today. That's right. Oh, sorry. Huh? Isn't that strange? I look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes must have already been used up. Oh, why can't I think when I wake up? I stare at the alarm clock for several seconds. Shutting it off, I decided to get out of bed. Passing through the cold hallway, I entered the living room. It's 7 o'clock on the last day of January. Fuyuki City is usually pretty warm in the winter, but this morning it's as cold as any other city. I can even see my breath indoors, and on top of that, there's no one else in the house to warm it up. Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. If there was someone to wake up before me, the living room would be warm by now. So we're 10 minutes in. I wash my face at the sink. I brush my long hair and get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is that the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. I tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7, and I'm a bit disappointed. Then again, I would never do anything as clumsy as running to school anyway. It is the custom of the Tosaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times. Taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Owning this old Western-style mansion is proof of that, and on top of it, the Tosaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers able to use the power of magic. If you're talking about age, our family has an ancient history. Actually, I can't speak openly about it at all. Oh, by the way, I, Tosaka Rim, am a magus. Yeah. Who on earth can I brag to like that? Magic is just what it sounds like. Magic. I don't care if you get ideas like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. Though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Well, we could do that, but we don't bother as it's kind of meaningless. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. We're prohibited from standing outside, and even if we weren't, we would rather be at home studying magic. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. To be precise, there are only 5 sorcerers in the world. Things no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern science. The one who can make such miracles are the ones we call sorcerers. Miracles that can never be achieved regardless of time or effort, those we call sorcery. Those things are the mysterious but achievable with time and effort, those we call magic. That's why what I do is called magic rather than sorcery. It's complicated, but that's how it is, so just accept it. To be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magie. As we believe, control and learn things that are immeasurable, our existence is incompatible with the modern world, because it's kind of meaningless. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. True. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, it's been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans. The miracles once only possible through magic are now tools and not miraculously at all. Miraculous at all, that's my bad. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are things possible only through science, there are also things possible only through magic. It was the master of the Tosaka family who said that if science is moving toward the future, magic is moving toward the past. Something about the past and the future ending up at the same place, everything always running towards the 0 point. Let's put off all of these difficult discussions. They should wait until we're old. Finishing breakfast, I grab my bag. I don't really want to take the thing to school, but it'd be a waste just to leave it here. No, that's an understatement. It's much stronger than that. I found this after decoding Father's will last night. It contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magical energy. There was said to be an heirloom, and this might well be it. We, the Magi of Tosaka, are skilled at the transformation of power. We put our magical energy into jewels whenever we have free time. To put it simply, the jewels are bullets and we are the gun. The only thing I can say I received from my father is the magic crest of the Tosaka family engraved on my left arm. In essence, this is proof of the successor, and it's like a tattoo that condenses all the inherited magic of the Tosaka family. I put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket. It's 7:30. I should get going or I'll be late for school. Do we meet Sherry? Yeah. I weave my words of magical energy quickly. Being a magus, I can't let my guard down when leaving my house, even though there's never been a single robber, wandering child, nor a stray cat. And I don't think my neighbor has ever come to say hello either. It's rude. I look up at the mansion I've grown so accustomed to over the years. Fuyuki is certainly a strange city where many westernized style houses on this side of town and an area full of Japanese styled houses just beyond the intersection. I guess it's because many foreign families came to live here a long time ago, but even so, I don't see many foreigners around here now. There's a foreigners' cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has the graves of the first generation of families. I'll go to the church and ask the priest sometime. He knows about lots of boring things. Stepping outside, I feel certainly incongruity. It's especially quiet when no sense of the morning's noisiness. At 7:30, the street should be filled with students going to school and people going to work. Perhaps everyone slept in today. It's unusually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds. We'll probably end this here at like 20 minutes-ish. It's strange that I haven't seen even one student so far. At 7:30, you can usually see people in uniform here and there. But I'm the only person at school gates, and it looks like the clubs aren't just starting their morning practice. In other words, the only explanation is... With a small sigh, I turned to the girl who dressed me. This girl, speaking so frankly, is Mitsusuri Ayako. She's my classmate in 2A, and there are a lot of stories about her. She waves her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. She is one of the few friends who knows I am not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake yet. Not just... Really? Just what's going on here? Did Father arrange for all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement? Right, I think I'll end it there for part 1 of the walkthrough or the playthrough of the visual novel. I will make part 2 straight away, and I'll upload part 1 very, very soon. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you very